This is the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Ever wish you could re-listen to your favorite interview or segment? Do you enjoy hearing older shows for the first time in years? Then the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less is just what you need. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Hello, John Solberg here, your host for the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Want to let you know today's episode is being brought to you by The Butcher Shop. Can't thank them enough. The Butcher Shop, purveyors of highly sought-after 100% Australian non-crossbred Wyvara 9 Plus briskets, and as always, handpicked just for you. The Butcher Shop has been retailing the finest meats for the past 15 years. Every week, they're shipping out competition-quality meats to many of the biggest teams in the competition scene across the nation. Simply put, teams who use The Butcher Shop win, and they win often. You're not a competitor, but you still have an eye for some of the finer cuts in life? Great news for you. The Butcher Shop is shipping some of the finest prime, dry-aged Australian Wagyu and Japanese Wagyu steaks to people just like you and me who aspire to be the kings and queens of their cul-de-sac. The Butcher Shop always has Berkshire, Compart Duroc, Allegiance Duroc, and Prairie Fresh all-natural pork in stock. And again, it's going to be hand-picked just for you. Now you might be saying, John, that sounds great. But what about some exotic stuff? Rest easy knowing the Butcher Shop can get you your next elk steak or camel roast. They're going to hand-pick it just for you, and they're going to ship it out promptly. Yes, camel. So let's review. The best competition briskets? Check. The best pork selection? Check. Giving you better overall options to cook in your backyard? Check. So give the Butcher Shop a call today, 850-458-8782. That's 850-458-8782. You can also interact with them on Facebook, facebook.com/thebutchershop. Shop is spelled SHOPPE. Be sure that you mention the BBQ Central Show, and you're going to save 10% off your entire order each and every time. The Butcher Shop, home of the 100% Australian non-crossbred Wyvara 9 Plus briskets. And in today's show, we're going back to August in 2013. I'm going to turn it over to Greg and let him make the introductions.
All right, my next guest helping me close out the show tonight, a famous Dave's franchisee owner. He is the pitmaster of Wilbur's Revenge competition barbecue team and does the marketing for Operation Barbecue Relief, which is what we'll be talking about most tonight. Let me race over the hotline and welcome first-timer to the show, David Marks. David, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. What's going on, Greg?
I'm just running over time as usual, but, nothing new here on this show with technical difficulties abound. Appreciate you making time for it. Where's your camera at, man?
That is a good call. Hold on a second.
I mean, I can see you, but everybody else wants to see you, and I'm
with you, but I had to find my pad of paper and pen just in case.
There you go. Here you go. This. Am I going to have to do this again for? Oh, God. Every time this freaking software updates. It's always got, some type of a crazy little Looney Tune. There he is. There's David Marks there from Wilbur's Revenge. Handsome lad you are, by the way.
Oh, hey now. I think I look like a Stay Puft version of you.
Oh, hey. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So here we go. Before I guess we get into what Operation Barbecue Relief is doing, maybe a little bit of background about yourself and how you kind of got into this barbecue deal.
Sure. It's a good question. I've been in the restaurant business my whole life. My father was actually in the restaurant business. Did Burger Kings when I was a kid. My grandmother wanted me to be a doctor, but I ended up in the restaurant business. Worked in some casual dining chains throughout the years, and had an opportunity to open up Famous Dave's when Famous Dave's was a small chain, like 30 restaurants, and got into the barbecue business. Opened up some restaurants in the Philadelphia area. Had an awesome time doing it, but I started getting frustrated with these guys who would come in and tell me how great their ribs were and how they were better than mine. And eventually said, I'm cooking 5,000 ribs a week. You're cooking 5 racks of ribs to turn in 6 bones. I'm going to come into this thing and see how I can do as well. So started my little Wilbur's Revenge team, had a lot of fun learning, falling over myself, making stupid mistakes, catching up, reading up on different blogs like Meathead and learning how to cook ribs. And quickly, after a lot of mistakes and learning from a lot of amazing guys, got into this game and I'm having a lot of fun with it.
From the amount of ribs that you were cooking at the Famous Dave's franchise to what you were tasting out there, I mean, was it a huge learning curve for you, or, I mean, were you at least on the right track?
No, it was a huge learning curve. I'll never forget my first contest, Pork in a Park, Salisbury, Maryland, large contest.
Yeah.
I actually made barbecue sauce from scratch at the contest. And my first comment card was, ribs and sauce taste like hot ketchup. Now, I put a lot of effort in for hot ketchup, you know what I'm saying? Boiling raisins, making juice. I mean, it was crazy. So, no, there was a pretty big learning curve. I did hit on chicken in my first contest, and from that point, I was just hooked. So,
are you still doing the Famous Dave's thing too, then?
I do. I have 6 Famous Dave's restaurants.
6?
3 in the Philadelphia 3 in the Philadelphia area, 1 in Cherry, New Jersey, and 2 in Delaware. So yes, I do it every day. I was cooking ribs and chicken with some folks today, and doing some counseling, coaching, and training. So,
what's the general consensus of your 6 Famous Dave's? Do people really like it? Are these a lot of people that have no idea what a good barbecue would be if it smacked them in the face? I mean, you're around these general consuming people that we all kind of snob our noses at. What do you think about it?
So, not to quote Meathead, but he makes a good point. Good food is good food. And I'll tell you, when we do things right, our food is great. When you get ribs right out of the smoker, finished off on the grill, we caramelize our sauce on the grill and do a little bit different than you might do in a contest. Our food is amazing. When you get fresh chicken delivered 3 times a week and it comes right out of the oven and hits your plate, you have great food. When people don't follow the recipe, when people don't do what they're supposed to do, and they deliver something that is subpar to what we're supposed to do, you don't have great food. And consumers know the difference between great food and good food. And every day I fight hard to make sure we do our best to be famous at Famous Days. Sometimes we miss the hit, but that is the goal, and that's what we try and do every day. They know.
All right, David Marks joining us here on the show. We're talking about we're talking about Famous Dave's and his multiple franchises right now, but Operation Barbecue Relief is the main point tonight. The website, by the way, operationbbqrelief.org, if you want to check that out here while we're talking. Operation Barbecue, how long have you been with them, David?
Would you like to find out a little bit more about David and his time at Operation Barbecue Relief? Head on over to thebbqcentralshow.com. This entire episode will be linked up in today's show notes. While you're cruising around the internet listening to the whole show, hey, Google up some Operation Barbecue Relief and check them out if you're not aware. Great organization doing wonderful things. I think David Marks is also a great guest, definitely deep and steeped in all things barbecue. Great, enjoyable guest for sure. Hey, you want to get a hold of me? Shoot me an email, John, Jon, John at thebbqcentralshow.com. Always love to hear from you. Makes my whole day, even if you're angry. And until next time on the best moments of the Barbecue Central Show in 10 minutes or less, I'm your host, John Solberg. I look forward to talking to you again soon.